Hi, my name is Florian Floyd Müller. Welcome to Breakout for Two.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could play football with your friend, even though he just moved miles away? What about playing tennis with a famous tennis player on another continent who is preparing for a Grand Slam? Well, with Breakout for Two, you can. Breakout for Two is the first prototype of a physical exertion sport that you can play over a distance. It's a cross between soccer, tennis, and the popular computer game Breakout. The players share a court, but stay on their side of the field, like in tennis. They see and hear each other through a life-size video conference, which feels like they are separated by a glass wall. They both have a ball, which they can throw, kick, smash, in whatever sport they agree on. For example, tennis. They have to strike semi-transparent blocks, which are overlaid on the video stream. These virtual blocks are connected over the network, meaning they are shared between the locations. If, for example, one player hits the block on the upper left, the block on the upper right is hit for the other player. The goal is to hit all the blocks before the other player hits them. You win if you hit more blocks than the other player. Easy, but there's more to it. If a block is hit the first time, it cracks. If that block is hit again, it cracks more. On the third hit, the block breaks and disappears. You only receive a point if the block breaks completely. You have to watch what the other player is doing. Wait for him to hit a block twice, so that you can snatch the point by hitting it for the third and final time. This was implemented to recreate the tactics from other sports, where you always have to watch what the other player is doing and react accordingly. The wall not only measures which block you hit, but also how hard. This means, if you hit the block hard, it would not only crack a little, it would crack twice. A really hard strike could even break the block completely in one go. You have to decide whether to go close to the wall and hit the block softly, but more often, or whether to go further back and destroy a block with a hard shot, but with less chance of accuracy. This recreates an exerting, tennis-like experience, where you have serve and volley, or baseline player types. The ball detects the location as well as the intensity of the impact, and two different versions were implemented. The first version uses microphones that are attached behind the wall. The second version is a more mobile implementation and uses vision detection. Two cameras, mounted to the right and on top, track the ball and provide the X and Y coordinates of the ball as well as the speed by analyzing frame by frame. 56 volunteers evaluated the system and were very exhausted. The two players did not know each other beforehand and played Breakout for Two for half an hour. Afterwards, they answered a questionnaire individually and were then interviewed together to see if the sports game created some sort of bonding between them.
Are they new?
I like the claps.
The sports players said that they got to know the other player better, became better friends, felt the other player was more talkative, and were happier with the transmitted audio and video quality in comparison to players who played an analogous game using a non-exertion keyboard interface. The players kicked a virtual ball with a virtual foot, controlling the kick with mouse and keyboard, and were using the same full-size video conference.
I believe you. Look at me. Shallow. In real life, we'd have had a huge argument by this stage and be killing each other, but thanks to these things.
Breakout for Two is only one example of an exertion interface which supports sports over distance. You can now have fun playing sports with your local and remote friends.
Thanks for watching Breakout for 2.